that, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Set.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
Now Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Trubisky will throw, being chased out left. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Throwing to start the drive. Ramsey, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Go, go. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Tag, go.
From the gun, Ramsey. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
Factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. To try again after the sack. Trubisky dancing to his left. Now he's going to he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. This guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This quick pass complete to Sutton. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He sets to fire deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the 2nd-round pick in 2018.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. On 1st down, Ramsey caught here by Bell. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
In your face.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This is where his eyes told him everything he needed to know. As a linebacker, when you're sitting at the 2nd level and you can see everything in front of you, that play just developed right in front of him, and he got there in a hurry and made a really nice play.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
Let's go.
Let's go now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Hey, Charlie. You think you gonna get this?
Mike,
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They run with Logan. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
From the gun on third down, Ramsey. Open man here is Gentry. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking to throw on second down. Ramsey. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10.
Go. Go.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Five.
Operating from the gun, Ramsey. And he fires one incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Let's go.
To throw again, Ramsey. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Go.
To throw on 3rd down, Ramsey. He's got Evans. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at
because
all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That's going to be a long day. Check 43.
From the gun, Ramsey. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And they'll stop him at the 1-yard line, but small consolation there following the turnover. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. T.J. Logan, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows to 10-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5.
Hey, echo.
Out of the gun, Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He was looking for Watkins that time.
Hey, Delta, 18 Gator.
54 Mike. It's coming this way, here we go.
Big River, Big River.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Go. Ready.
Back to throw. Ramsey going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It got his man complete. He's at the 30. 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 89 yards. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. He'll find Lindsey here. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
At the Steelers' 14-yard line.
Alert.
Throwing again on second down. Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. McManus now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Steelers 17, Broncos 14.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They run again with Logan. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Bravo.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch
Get it.
Throwing again. Ramsey. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Third down.
Ready.
Right there.
Hey, wahoo.
Ready for this, man. They not ready for this.
Hey.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Shoot.
Throwing on third and long. Ramsey. Open man. Smith-Schuster. It's complete. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Check. Crunch. Watch twist.
On first down, Logan. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
To throw on second down. Ramsey. And this is caught by Evans. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Operating from the gun. Ramsey. And my goodness, another interception. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they...
And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 83 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too, and just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, exit.
Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
2nd and 6. And now here is another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Meanwhile, here, a run on 1st down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. He's to the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
Looking to throw. Ramsey. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back to throw. Ramsey. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ramsey. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Logan. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the root.
Looking to throw. Ramsey, he'll rifle this one deep right side. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Broncos on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Screen pass to Lindsey. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ramsey, he completes it to Evans. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. And the Steelers
Hey, Steve 6. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Ramsey. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. 2nd and 10. He finds his tight end, Gentry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
70.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Ramsey. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Zach Gentry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Steelers 24.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run by Lindsey. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Right 80. Mike 58. Right 18.
Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. Going deep here for Watkins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Not that time for Watkins. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not